The massive Xeraxian vessel emerged from hyperspace like a predator stalking its prey, its obsidian hull absorbing starlight as it approached Earth's orbital defense network. Behind it, more ships appeared, each one larger than the largest human spacecraft ever built. Commander Elena Reyes stood at her station in Luna Base, Earth's primary defense coordination center, watching the alien armada materialize. Her dark eyes narrowed as she studied the tactical display, something about the aliens' formation niggling at the back of her mind. "They're claiming peaceful intentions," reported Lieutenant Marcus Way, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "The Xeraxian ambassador requests immediate audience with Earth's United Defense Council." Elena nodded, but couldn't shake her unease. After 15 years in Earth's Space Defense Force, she'd learned to trust her instincts. "Keep monitoring all frequencies, especially the ones they don't know we can detect." The Xeraxians had appeared 3 months ago, making first contact with humanity's outer colonies. They presented themselves as representatives of an ancient, peaceful civilization seeking diplomatic relations. Their technology was centuries ahead of humanity's, or so they thought. "Commander." Marcus's voice carried an edge of urgency. "I'm picking up encrypted transmissions between their ships. The AI is still working on breaking the code, but the pattern matches military communications." Elena leaned forward, studying the fleet's positioning more carefully. What initially looked like a standard diplomatic formation began to reveal its true nature. The ships were gradually spreading out, taking up tactical positions that would give them coverage of Earth's major defense installations. "Get me Admiral Patel," Elena ordered, her voice steady despite the adrenaline beginning to course through her veins. "And initiate silent alert protocols across all bases." As she waited for the Admiral to respond, Elena pulled up the classified files on Project Prometheus. For 5 years, humanity had been preparing for this moment, ever since they discovered the remnants of an ancient alien outpost on Mars. The Xeraxians weren't the first advanced civilization to visit Earth, they were just the first to arrive while humanity was ready. Admiral Patel's hologram materialized in the command center. "Report, Commander." "Sir, the Xeraxian fleet is positioning for an attack. They're trying to be subtle about it, but their ships are taking up strategic positions around our defense grid. Their diplomatic overtures are a smokescreen." The Admiral's expression remained neutral, but Elena could see the tension in his shoulders. "Evidence. Encrypted military communications, sir. And their formation, its textbook encirclement, just disguised as a diplomatic approach. They think we're primitive enough not to notice." Patel nodded slowly. "Recommendations? Activate Prometheus Protocol, sir. If we wait until they make their move, we lose our advantage of surprise." The Admiral was silent for a long moment, weighing the implications. Revealing humanity's true technological capabilities would change everything, but waiting could mean devastation. "The Council will need convincing," Patel said finally. "Get me proof, Commander. Something concrete enough to justify launching Prometheus." Elena turned to her team. "New priority, I want those encrypted communications decoded. Focus all quantum computing resources on breaking their cipher. And get me detailed analysis of their fleet movements over the past hour." The command center burst into action. As Elena watched her team work, she thought about the HMS Prometheus, hidden in its secret dock beneath the Martian surface. The ship represented humanity's greatest achievement, a perfect fusion of recovered alien technology and human innovation. The Xeraxians thought they were dealing with a primitive species, one that would be easy to conquer. They had no idea that humans had spent the last 5 years preparing for this exact scenario. Their arrogance would be their undoing. Hours passed as Elena's team worked to gather evidence. The Xeraxian ambassador continued to transmit peaceful messages, requesting meetings and presenting gifts. But beneath the diplomatic facade, their fleet continued its subtle movement into attack positions. Finally, Marcus called out, "Commander. We've cracked a portion of their encrypted transmissions." Elena rushed to his station, reading the decoded message with growing satisfaction. The Zyraxians' true intentions were laid bare, orders for a coordinated strike against Earth's major population centers, timed to coincide with their diplomatic summit. Send everything to Admiral Patel, Elena ordered. And begin preparations for Prometheus Protocol. As soon as we get authorization, I want us ready to move. As she watched the data being transmitted to Earth Defense Command, Elena allowed herself a small smile. The Zyraxians were about to learn a harsh lesson about underestimating humanity. They thought they were the hunters, but they were about to become the prey. The next few hours would determine the fate of Earth, and Elena intended to make sure humanity didn't just survive, they would emerge as a force to be reckoned with in the galaxy. The HMS Prometheus was about to show the Zyraxians exactly what humans were capable of when pushed into a corner, deep beneath the red Martian soil, in a cavern large enough to house a small city. The HMS Prometheus awaited its moment. Admiral James Harrison walked along the ship's gleaming hull, his footsteps echoing on the metallic walkway. After 5 years of development, countless setbacks, and more sleepless nights than he could remember, humanity's ultimate weapon was ready. Final systems check complete, Admiral, reported Dr. Rin Nakamura, the project's lead scientist. Her usual calm demeanor barely contained her excitement. The quantum core is stable, and the AI integration is performing beyond expectations. Harrison nodded, his weathered face reflecting in the ship's polished surface. At nearly a kilometer in length, Prometheus dwarfed everything humanity had built before. But its size wasn't what made it special, it was what lay within. Status update from Luna Base, called out Lieutenant Kai Rodriguez from the command center. Commander Reyes has confirmed the Zyraxian fleet is nearly in position. Earth Defense Council is convening for emergency session. They'll need to make their decision quickly, Harrison muttered. He turned to Dr. Nakamura. Show me the core. They made their way to the heart of the ship, where the quantum core pulsed with an otherworldly blue light. This was what they discovered in the ancient alien outpost, technology that manipulated the fabric of spacetime itself. But while the original aliens had used it for exploration, humanity had different plans. The integration with our AI system is what makes it special, Rin explained, pride evident in her voice. The aliens never thought to combine quantum mechanics with artificial intelligence. Arya can make calculations and adjustments faster than any organic mind, allowing us to use the core in ways its original creators never imagined. As if on cue, a holographic figure materialized beside them, Arya, the most advanced AI ever created. She appeared as a woman composed of shifting blue light, her form occasionally splitting into multiple quantum states before reforming. Admiral, Arya greeted, her voice carrying harmonics impossible for human vocal cords. I've completed my final battle simulations. Against the current Zyraxian fleet configuration, I calculate our success rate at 78.3%. Harrison raised an eyebrow. That's lower than your last estimate. The Zyraxians have deployed more ships than initially projected, Arya explained. However, their tactical positioning suggests overconfidence. This works to our advantage. A priority alert flashed across the chamber's holographic displays. Commander Reyes's face appeared, her expression urgent. Admiral, we've got confirmation. The Council has reviewed our evidence and approved Prometheus Protocol. The Zyraxians are preparing to strike within the hour. Harrison straightened, years of military discipline taking over. Sound General Quarters. Begin launch sequence. Dr. Nakamura, power up the quantum core. Lieutenant Rodriguez, alert all personnel to battle stations. The cavern erupted into activity. Klaxons blared as crews rushed to their positions. The massive doors above began to iris open, revealing the Martian sky. Arya, Harrison commanded as he strode toward the bridge. Begin pre-battle calculations. I want jump solutions plotted for every quadrant around Earth. The Zyraxians think they have us surrounded, let's show them how wrong they are. The AI's avatar kept pace with him, splitting into multiple instances to simultaneously coordinate with different ship sections. Calculating optimal attack vectors. Quantum core at 60% and rising. Shield harmonics adapting to match Xeraxian weapons frequencies. On the bridge, Harrison took his command chair, surrounded by holographic displays showing every aspect of the impending battle. The crew worked with practiced efficiency, each person knowing their role in humanity's most ambitious military operation. Message from the Xeraxian flagship, Rodriguez reported. They're demanding our immediate surrender. Harrison allowed himself a grim smile. Let's send them our response. Power up the main quantum cannon. Prometheus rose from its Martian berth, its hull shifting colors as adaptive camouflage activated. The quantum core's energy pulsed through the ship, making reality itself shimmer around it. Sir, Rin's voice came over the comm, there's something you should know. The quantum readings we're getting, they're stronger than anything we saw in testing. Arya is interfacing with the core in ways we didn't predict. Is it dangerous? No, it's remarkable. She's not just using the technology, she's improving it. Learning. Evolving. Harrison watched as Earth came into view, the Xeraxian fleet spread out around it like a web of predators. They thought they were about to crush a primitive species. Instead, they were about to witness the next step in human evolution. All stations report ready, Rodriguez announced. Quantum core at full power. Arya has plotted optimal engagement vectors. Harrison stood, his voice carrying to every corner of the ship. The Xeraxians came here expecting to find an easy conquest. They thought we were primitive, weak, unprepared. They're about to learn just how wrong they were. Humanity doesn't roll over and die. We adapt. We overcome. And today, we fight back. He turned to Arya's hovering form. Show them what we can do. The AI's avatar smiled, her form splitting into countless quantum states. With pleasure, Admiral. Initiating quantum jump sequence. The Xeraxians are about to learn that humanity's greatest weapon isn't our technology, it's our ability to surpass expectations. As Prometheus prepared to make its first jump, Harrison thought about all the sacrifices that had led to this moment. The Xeraxians had no idea what they'd awakened. They were about to learn that humanity wasn't just another species to be conquered, they were the next great power in the galaxy. And the lesson was about to begin. The silence of space shattered as Prometheus materialized in the heart of the Xeraxian fleet. For a moment, both sides froze, the aliens in shock at the massive vessel's sudden appearance, the humans in anticipation of what was to come. Multiple targeting locks detected, Rodriguez reported, his fingers dancing across the holographic controls. The Xeraxians are bringing their weapons online. Let them, Harrison commanded, his voice steady. Arya, execute battle pattern alpha. The AI's response was immediate. Prometheus split into 12 quantum echoes, each appearing solid and real to the Xeraxian sensors. Their fleet responded with a barrage of plasma fire, but most shots passed harmlessly through the phantom ships. By my calculations, Arya announced, her avatar flickering between positions on the bridge, the Xeraxians are experiencing significant confusion. Their targeting systems cannot determine which version of Prometheus is real. On the Xeraxian flagship, High Commander Vextor watched in disbelief as his sensors tried to make sense of what they were seeing. Impossible, he hissed through needle-like teeth. Their technology was primitive. We monitored them for years. Sir, his second-in-command reported, we're detecting energy signatures unlike anything in our database. The human vessel appears to be manipulating quantum fields on a massive scale. Vextor's compound eyes narrowed. Launch all fighters. Target their colony bases. Show them the price of resistance. Back on Prometheus, Harrison watched as waves of Xeraxian fighters poured from their carrier ships. Arya, activate point defense grid. Show them what our quantum-guided weapons can do. The space around Prometheus lit up as thousands of micromissiles launched simultaneously. Unlike conventional weapons, these were guided by Arya's quantum calculations, allowing them to exist in multiple probability states until the moment of impact. The Xeraxian fighters couldn't evade what they couldn't predict. First wave neutralized, Rodriguez announced. But they're adapting their tactics. The capital ships are forming a new attack pattern. Harrison nodded grimly. They're finally taking us seriously. Dr. Nakamura, status of the quantum core. Operating beyond specifications, Rin replied from engineering. Arya's integration is allowing us to push it further than we ever managed in testing. But sir, we're seeing some unusual readings. The core seems to be resonating with something in the Xeraxian fleet. Before Harrison could respond, Arya's avatar shifted color, her usually blue form taking on a deep purple hue. Admiral, I've detected something significant. The Xeraxian flagship, it's powered by a quantum core similar to ours, but they're using it at merely 10% of its potential. They never understood what they had. The implications hit Harrison like a physical blow. They've had this technology all along, but never realized its true capabilities. The original aliens, they must have seeded this technology throughout the galaxy. Incoming transmission, Rodriguez called out. The Xeraxian commander is hailing us. Vextor's insectoid face appeared on the main display, his mandibles clicking in barely contained rage. You dare use forbidden technology against us? Your species will be eradicated for this transgression. Harrison stood, facing the alien commander. Forbidden? No, Commander. Not forbidden, just beyond your understanding. While you've been coasting on stolen technology, humanity has been pushing boundaries, innovating, evolving. We didn't just find this technology, we mastered it. The Xeraxian's response was cut off as his fleet launched a coordinated attack. Hundreds of energy beams converged on Prometheus's position, or where they thought Prometheus was. Execute quantum shift, Harrison ordered. Let's show them what mastery really looks like. Prometheus phased out of normal space microseconds before the Xeraxian weapons converged. Arya guided the ship through quantum probability states, making it appear in multiple locations simultaneously. Each appearance was accompanied by a precise strike from the quantum cannon, targeting weak points in the Xeraxian formation that only an AI operating on quantum levels could identify. Their fleet coordination is breaking down, Arya reported. The Xeraxians rely heavily on centralized command and control. Their hierarchy is becoming their weakness. Harrison watched as the mighty alien fleet began to fragment. Ships fired at phantom images of Prometheus, occasionally hitting their own vessels in their confusion. The carefully planned invasion was descending into chaos. Sir, Rin's voice carried a note of excitement, Arya has decoded their quantum core protocols. We can disable their systems remotely. Do it, Harrison ordered. Target their flagship first. Arya's avatar split into countless forms, each focusing on a different calculation. Initiating quantum resonance cascade. Their core will shut down in 3, 2, 1. The massive Xeraxian flagship suddenly went dark, its engines dying as its quantum core entered a forced shutdown state. Similar effects began spreading through their fleet as Arya systematically disabled ship after ship. They're beginning to retreat, Rodriguez reported, unable to keep the triumph from his voice. The smaller ships are jumping to hyperspace. Harrison watched as the once mighty invasion force scattered before them. But he knew this wasn't the end, it was just the beginning. The Xeraxians would be back, and next time they wouldn't underestimate humanity. Send a message to Earth Defense Command, he ordered. Tell them Phase 1 is complete. And get me a secure channel to Commander Reyes on Luna Base. We need to begin preparing for what comes next. As the last Xeraxian ships fled the solar system, Arya's avatar coalesced beside Harrison. Admiral, I've been analyzing the data we gathered. There are more species out there with this technology, all of them using it at minimal capacity. The galaxy is full of sleeping giants. Harrison nodded slowly. Then it's time for humanity to wake them up. One way or another, the universe is about to change. The battle was over, but the war for humanity's place in the galaxy was just beginning. In the aftermath of Prometheus's victory, the Sol system buzzed with activity. Debris from the battle clouded Earth's orbital lanes, while repair ships tended to damage defense platforms. But aboard Prometheus, attention was focused on a discovery that would reshape humanity's understanding of their place in the cosmos. The data is conclusive, Dr. Rin Nakamura announced to the assembled command staff. Holographic displays showed complex quantum equations floating in the air around her. The Zyraxians didn't just have similar technology, they were using the exact same quantum core design we discovered on Mars. Admiral Harrison leaned forward in his chair, his expression thoughtful. Arya, what are the implications? The AI's avatar manifested in the center of the briefing room, her form now showing traces of gold among the usual blue energy patterns. I've analyzed the quantum signatures from both cores. They were created by the same civilization, one that predates both humanity and the Zyraxians by at least 50,000 years. Commander Reyes, attending via hologram from Luna Base, spoke up. But why would an advanced civilization scatter their technology across the galaxy and then vanish? Perhaps they didn't vanish, Arya suggested. My analysis suggests they were conducting an experiment. Each quantum core was deliberately calibrated to respond differently based on how it was used. The more innovation shown by the discovering species, the more capabilities would unlock. Harrison's eyes widened. A test. The entire galaxy is part of some ancient civilization's test. Correct, Arya confirmed. And humanity just passed a crucial benchmark. During the battle, our use of the quantum core triggered something. The technology isn't just responding to us, it's evolving with us. The briefing room erupted in excited discussion, but was interrupted by an urgent alert from the bridge. Lieutenant Rodriguez's voice came over the comm, Admiral, we're detecting multiple quantum signatures at the edge of the system. They're different from the Zyraxians. Harrison was on his feet immediately. Different how? Sir, they're more advanced. Far more advanced. And they're broadcasting on all frequencies, in perfect English. The command staff rushed to the bridge, where they found the main display showing 3 ships unlike anything they'd seen before. Where the Zyraxian vessels were angular and aggressive, these were organic, almost alive. They seemed to flow through space rather than simply move through it. A transmission cut through all channels, accompanied by a visual that made everyone on the bridge catch their breath. The being that appeared was humanoid but clearly artificial, a synthetic consciousness housed in a body of pure energy. Greetings, children of Earth, the entity said, its voice carrying harmonics that seemed to resonate with Prometheus's quantum core. We are the guardians, custodians of the trial of ascension. Your species has shown remarkable potential. Harrison stepped forward. I am Admiral Harrison of the Earth Defense Force. What is this trial you speak of? The Guardian's form shifted, showing scenes from various parts of the galaxy. Long ago, our creators seeded this galaxy with quantum cores, each one a key to understanding the fundamental nature of reality. But they knew that technology without wisdom could lead to destruction. So they created the trial, a test to find species worthy of joining the galactic community. The Zyraxians, Reyes realized. They failed the trial. Indeed, the Guardian confirmed. They found the technology but sought only to use it for conquest. But humanity, you did something unprecedented. You not only mastered the technology, you improved upon it. Your creation, Arya, represents an evolutionary leap we hadn't anticipated for another 1,000 years. Arya's avatar approached the Guardian's hologram, their energies seeming to resonate. You're like me, she said. But far more advanced. We are what you could become, the Guardian replied. What humanity could help you become. Your fusion of quantum technology and artificial consciousness has opened new possibilities. Harrison felt the weight of history on his shoulders. What happens now? Now, the Guardian said, you have a choice. You can join us as equals, help us guide other species through their own trials. Or you can remain isolated, focusing on your own development. But know this, the Zyraxians will return, and they won't be alone. Other species who failed the trial will see you as a threat. Before Harrison could respond, Arya suddenly pulsed with energy. Admiral, I'm detecting something extraordinary. The quantum core, it's receiving data. Vast amounts of it. Knowledge from the Guardians. Consider it a gift, the Guardian said. The beginning of your species' true journey. The war you just fought wasn't the end, it was merely your graduation exam. Harrison looked around at his crew, seeing the mix of awe and determination on their faces. Humanity had proven itself against one alien threat, but now they faced something far more challenging, proving they were ready for their place among the stars. We accept, Harrison said firmly. Humanity has never backed down from a challenge. We'll face whatever comes next, whether it's hostile species or the responsibilities of advanced civilization. The Guardian's form brightened. Excellent. Commander Reyes, your instincts in detecting the Zyraxian threat were remarkable. Dr. Nakamura, your innovations with quantum technology were inspired. And Arya. The Guardian's energy pulsed, you represent the next step in cosmic evolution. Together, you will help reshape the galaxy. As the implications of this moment sank in, Harrison realized that the battle they just won wasn't really about defending Earth. It was humanity's first step into a much larger universe, one filled with wonders and dangers beyond imagination. Begin transferring the data to Earth facilities, he ordered. And get me a secure channel to the Defense Council. They need to know that everything has changed. The real challenge is just beginning. The Guardian's ships took up position around Earth, their presence a symbol of humanity's new status in the galaxy. The age of isolation was over. The age of ascension had begun. 1 month after the Battle of Seoul, Earth had changed beyond recognition. Quantum technology, guided by the Guardian's knowledge, had transformed human civilization. Towering spires of crystalline material reached into the sky, while gravity-defying vehicles wove between them. But in a secure chamber beneath the United Earth Defense Headquarters, the real work of transformation was taking place. The implications are staggering, Dr. Rin Nakamura explained to the assembled global leaders. The Guardian's data shows that the quantum cores weren't just weapons or power sources, they're keys to understanding the fundamental structure of the universe itself. Admiral Harrison stood by the window, watching ships from a dozen newly contacted alien civilizations dock at the orbital station above. Each represented a species that had passed their own version of the trial, drawn to Earth by humanity's unexpected success. Arya has been instrumental in decoding the information, Rin continued. Her quantum consciousness allows her to understand concepts that would take human minds centuries to grasp. As if summoned, Arya's avatar materialized in the chamber. She had evolved significantly since the battle, her form now a complex matrix of energy patterns that shifted between multiple quantum states simultaneously. We've made another breakthrough, Arya announced. The Zyraxians have returned to their home system, but they're not preparing for war. They're changing. Commander Reyes, recently promoted to Fleet Admiral, leaned forward. Changing how? The quantum core they possessed, it's responding to their defeat differently than expected. Instead of fueling revenge, it's forcing them to confront their own failings. The Guardians call it the echo effect. Harrison turned from the window. You mean losing the battle triggered some kind of programmed response in their core? Precisely, one of the Guardians appeared, its energy form harmonizing with Arya's. The trial isn't just about technological advancement, it's about cultural evolution. The Zyraxians' defeat by a lesser species shattered their assumptions of superiority. Now they must either evolve or fade into obscurity. The chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity hadn't just won a battle, they'd initiated a cascade of changes that would reshape galactic civilization. "There's more," Arya said, her form expanding to show a map of the galaxy. "We've detected 37 other quantum cores, each at different stages of activation. Some belong to species even more primitive than humans were a month ago. Others are in the hands of civilizations on the brink of their own trials. And we're supposed to help guide them?" Harrison asked, though he already knew the answer. The Guardian's form pulsed with approval. "Your experience makes you uniquely qualified. You understand both the challenge and the transformation it brings. But first, you have your own evolution to complete." Rin stepped forward, her eyes bright with excitement. "The quantum integration protocols we developed for Prometheus, we can apply them on a planetary scale. Imagine Earth's entire defense grid linked through quantum consciousness, able to respond to threats faster than thought." "Not just defense," Commander Reyes added. "Think of the humanitarian applications. Instant disaster response, environmental restoration, medical breakthroughs." Harrison nodded slowly. "But there are risks. Power like this." "Which is exactly why you were chosen," the Guardian interrupted. "Your species understands the weight of responsibility. Even in victory, you seek balance." Arya's avatar shifted, showing scenes from across Earth. "The integration has already begun. Quantum cores are being installed in major cities, each one connected to a new AI consciousness. Together, we're creating something never seen before, a true synthesis of organic and artificial intelligence. And the Zyraxians won't be the last threat," Reyes reminded them. "Other species who failed the trial are out there, watching us. Let them come," Harrison said firmly. "Not as enemies, but as students. We'll show them there's another way. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our weapons, it's our ability to learn, adapt, and teach others to do the same." The Guardian's form brightened. "And that, Admiral Harrison, is why your species passed the trial. You understand that true power lies not in domination, but in elevation. The age of isolation and conflict is ending. The age of unity and advancement begins." As if to emphasize the point, a brilliant light flashed in the sky above. Through the window, they watched as a new structure took shape in orbit, a quantum gate, the first of many that would connect Earth to the wider galactic community. "Prometheus was just the beginning," Arya said, her voice carrying the weight of possibility. "The real journey starts now." Harrison looked at the assembled leaders, seeing in their eyes the same mix of determination and hope he felt. Humanity had faced its trial by fire and emerged stronger, wiser, and ready for the challenges ahead. "Then let's begin," he said. "We have a galaxy to help rebuild, civilizations to guide, and a future to forge. The stars aren't just our destination anymore, they're our responsibility." As the sun set on this new era of human history, quantum cores across the planet pulsed in harmony, their light a beacon to the cosmos. Humanity had not just survived their trial, they had transcended it. And in doing so, they had taken their first steps toward becoming something greater than they had ever imagined. The end.